All right, welcome back. One Nation, One Election bill has been tabled by the Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal in the Lok Sabha. The centre has recommended the One Nation, One poll bill to be referred to a joint parliamentary committee for wider consultations. The Union Cabinet has approved the bill aiming to revive the practice of concurrent elections held in 1967. In a first electronic voting on JPC review of the One Nation, One poll, was held in Lok Sabha. While the BJP and its allies have backed the bills, several opposition parties, including Congress, Samajwadi Party and Shiv Sena, have opposed it. While a total of 32 parties are supporting the One Nation, One election move, 15 others are opposing it. Fence-sitters like Jagan Mohan Reddy's YSCP have also backed the legislation that would enable simultaneous elections to the Lok Sabha as well as state assemblies. Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst, with us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Rajalakshmi, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here. Well, it is a good bill. It is a good proposition. For the most part, what I heard in the parliament today, Rajalakshmi, it was all about the constitution and citing the constitution and how one of these amendments perhaps violates a previous law which is mentioned in the constitution, but nowhere the enormous monies and headaches that the state and the centre are going to be saved off is being discussed.
Hello, Vineet. Good to be on your show again. Yes, there have been very heated discussions over the One Nation, One election bill. And it is on its way to the JPC, I assume. And yes, it is strange that most of these regional parties, they are having some fears that these bigger parties will actually dominate the scene. Whereas if you look at it, if you look at the trends, if you will see that wherever there have been simultaneous elections, it is in fact the regional parties that are stronger in the state that have actually dominated the scene in the Lok Sabha election as well. So that is how things are. But in spite of it, there are some of these political parties that I assume that it could be that they probably want to oppose the BJP for the sake of opposing, and at the same time they want to probably show their strength also, and probably also they have this fear that the BJP is going to emerge stronger in their state as well. Now, when it comes to this matter of expenditure, I think that is a huge thing to be considering. So if you look at the 2019 and the 2024 election, whatever expenditure has been there by the political parties, the official figures itself, that is staggering. And at the same time, when you look at what the states have incurred in terms of their expenditure for the elections, you will be shocked to know that the states are spending more during their state elections than what they spend during the Lok Sabha elections. So it is a double expenditure. And another thing is that when there are simultaneous elections, the expenditure of the elections is shared by both the center and the states. So it is a win-win situation. So I think that kind of a change or a transformation is very much needed. And very frankly, since this has been a norm, this is not something new. So it is not as if the BJP is introducing something that was never there, that has never happened in the history of Indian independence. And so after that, the BJP is coming up with something, a very drastic, something different. It is only a matter of bringing it back, bringing this situation back to what was happening post 1967. So that is the situation right now. So up to 1967, the Congress enjoyed a complete majority. So they had more than 350 seats in the Lok Sabha up to 1967. And also they had a domination in all the states also, most of the states, barring some states like Kerala and Punjab and a few states, Orissa and a few states like that, the Congress had a complete domination. So it was only after they started losing that domination in 1967 and when they started dissolving all these state assemblies, that the situation has completely changed and now it is a staggered election. So every now and then, instead of having all these logistical difficulties, instead of having all these expenditures, and instead of having this model code of conduct being imposed on all the government agencies, I think that it is definitely better and it works much more practically for everyone to finish off with all of this in one particular stage or one at one time. So this is definitely going to take some time for them to align all the assemblies and the Lok Sabha elections, and also at a later stage all the panchayat and all of those units as well. But I'm sure that in the long run this is definitely going to help in terms of getting all the administrative work also in focus, and at the same time cutting down the expenditure by almost 40% is what I understand. So I think it's a win-win situation for all the regional parties as well, if they look at it, because they actually tend to gain by this, because if they are stronger in the states, then they tend to have actually an upper hand during the Lok Sabha election as well. So that actually could work in their favor. And the BJP, I think that it is only from a place of good intention that they are bringing in this bill. So it doesn't look as if the BJP has a completely win-win situation, because there are some states where they definitely are not in a position of power. So they could tend to lose more seats in those states than what they are right now. So I think that this definitely is something that the regional parties also should look into. So I don't think that the people are so immature right now. There is a lot of political maturity. People do understand what are the issues that they need to look at during the state elections and what are the issues during national elections. So I think that the people definitely are much more mature and they have a lot more choice right now, Vineet, very frankly, than what they had in the earlier years, where the trend and the indication was that the parties that are there, they have a similar vote share during the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha elections. But then during simultaneous elections, but then I think that right now the people definitely know, like for example in Odisha, in Delhi, they have all displayed how they vote completely differently during state and Lok Sabha elections. So I think all of that has completely changed and on the earlier situation. And I think that this definitely probably it needs a lot more discussion about how to streamline everything. But I think this is a step in a very good direction, Vinny.
And Rajalakshmi, this is a